On January 8, 2020, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps of Iran shot down a Ukrainian passenger airliner flight PS752 that led to the loss of 176 innocent lives. Among them, 29 underage children, 55 Canadian citizens, others from Afghanistan, Sweden, the United Kingdom, Iran, and Ukraine. What led to this atrocious act and who was behind the missile attacks can only be revealed through an exhaustive independent investigation that the Iranian government has dragged into a game of diplomacy. Meanwhile, the facts that have been revealed so far indicate that 2 surface-to-air missiles have been fired by the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps of Iran, causing the crash of flight PS752 only 6 minutes after takeoff from the Tehran International Airport. The crash site was not immediately secured, and civilians, curious onlookers, looters, vandals, and outright thieves were permitted to roam around the grisly scene. The Iranian government failed to secure the site and preserve the crash scene for investigations, and most importantly, they failed to tell the truth. More than anything, the Iranian security officials were concerned with concealing any evidence of what had actually happened. Only a few hours after the crash, bulldozers were sent to destroy the crash site. The Iranian forces began to harass and intimidate witnesses. Several who have documented the incident by amateur video were threatened and their material was confiscated. Many were arrested and many others went into hiding, too afraid to share their information. The victims' family members and others who protested in support of the families were persecuted. According to the latest confirmed information, 21 individuals who protested against the missile attacks and the subsequent efforts to cover up what really happened have been arrested. Nothing can alleviate the pain of the family members who lost their loved ones. Many more lives are at stake if we remain silent in the face of such atrocities. Many of the victims' family members who are in Iran are too afraid to speak out. Those who do face harsh treatment and harassment by Iranian security forces. Let us remember the names of those who courageously spoke out for justice. Bahar Hedayat, student and human rights activist. Mustafa Hashemizadeh, civil engineering student. Amir Mohammad Sharifi, student activist. Shora Fekri, student and civil rights activist. Ali Nourizadeh, filmmaker, political activist, and journalist. The civil protesters against the downing of PS752. Meysam Khalili, Salman Fakhri, Rai, Ferishte Mahmoud, Mohsen Rezai, Amin Forohi, Ali Shokri, Azadeh Javani, Aydin Javani, Aida Javani, Ali Reza Mohammad Nejad, Ferishte Mahmoud, Hassan Mustafania, Meysam Khodabandalu, Hamid Mohammadi Irani, Mohammad Reza Shujai. The Association of the Families of the Victims of Flight PS752 calls for the unconditional and immediate release of these courageous protesters. Join us in #Free752 protesters.